up a seat at the bar to join us for another episode of McAnally's Pubcast, a podcast exploring the fun and fantastical mind of Jim Butcher's The Dresden Files series. Hosts Tanzan, Jess, and Maggie bring you another round of literary analysis on this immense, immersive, and colorful environment inhabited by Harry Dresden, the world's only licensed private investigator and professional wizard. Join an active and engaged community of new and die-hard dedicated fans focused on the fabulous themes, theories, characters, context, lore, and more. This is McAnally's Dresden Files Pubcast by Free Flow Rambling. Conjure by it at your own risk.
Welcome to the McAnally's Pubcast, brought to you by Free Flow Rambling. This is episode 13.17, Tied Up at the Moment, where we are covering the novel Deadbeat. My name is Tanzan, and I'm joined by Maggie.
Hello, hello.
And Jess.
Hey.
Thank you to our Patreon subscribers for your generous support. It's people like you who help us do what we do. If you're not yet a Patreon subscriber, sign up today and get a fuck ton of bonus content, kick-ass merch, behind-the-scenes outtakes, and more. Sign up today at patreon.com/freeflowrambling. Chapter 21. Dresden calls upon his godmother, but to his surprise, Queen Mab comes to him instead. She offers to be proxy for Leah and answers his questions regarding the Erlking and the word of Kemmler. She again asks Harry to be her knight, which he declines. After speaking with Mab, he heads home to be surrounded by a zombie army.
Things take a turn here. Has another fun drive. And he goes all the fuck the way out of town.
Straight out of the city, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, no calling up ferries in the middle of downtown Chicago. No, we're gonna
all that light pollution.
We're gonna go all naturey and fairy rings, and we gotta go close to the.
Can you imagine if he had to actually look for a fairy ring to actually summon? That would suck so much for him.
Especially since the last time he found one, he almost died in it.
That's a lot of nice deference to Leah, though. Like, I'm gonna summon you in a nice place. It's called respect.
Well, there is that.
No more random Walmart parking lots and gravestones.
Right, well, there is that, because every other time, she's been popping up to harass him one way or the other. So he's like, fuck you, you dropped in on me. Now he's like, I'm calling her up. I'm gonna, I'll do it on your terms. I will make this comfortable for you and give you the setting that, Yeah, so I mean, he's dumb, but he's not stupid, this guy. Right, so he finds this nice little promontory. He goes way the fuck out on the lake, out further into the lake, basically. He starts doing his thing, and he gets, like, not even a busy signal or this number is not in service. It's just like, and there's no answering machine. It just rings indefinitely. He is getting no fucking answer, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and he knows, like, she don't want to come, she ain't come.
Right, she heard me.
He's pretty confident, though. He's like, I definitely didn't do it wrong. She heard me.
Yeah, right. I came all the way out here. I know she heard me. Nuh-uh, it's not on me. And basically between having the thought and then also, and Mouse is like,
I like the way that this is just like a throw your pebble out and wait, because in all the other summonings that he's done with the little circle, he's forced them to be like, no, you're here now, we're talking right now on my timeline. I like to be
yes, Leah, okay. I summon you.
Fine, maybe you're busy, I'll wait.
You can really tell who has the power.
Yeah, well, you're right, because this is just him, this is literally him, like, calling, as opposed to, like, a summoning where you're right, because he's not, like, making a circle, and he's like,
This is pretty pleasing.
I need you to voluntarily,
keep this nice exchange of information, please.
I know I weaseled out of, like, all my promises to you ever. Now I'm gonna, like, hit you over the head and drag you back to my cave and tie you up and make you tell me things. That's fine, right? Yeah, he's like, no.
Kind of surprised he doesn't really have an offering, like Toot Toot needed a bit
I was saying,
offering.
she doesn't have any honey. No little picnic table for her.
I was gonna say either he
Godmother rights.
Yeah, I was gonna say
she brings me toffee, not the other way around. Gosh,
right? I was gonna say either he sort of glossed over or exactly this is because he's just doing. I'm like, this is like Toot's doesn't like me, doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, I got...
Leah will tell me what she wants, and it's not honey, okay?
Right, yeah.
She'll bargain for this information and tell me what she wants, and it'll be to turn into a hound, and I'll say no.
Yeah, right. Well, exactly. You know, I'm like, if I want
At least offer the woman some pizza. Come on.
Well, I was gonna say, right, like, yeah, if I want, like, you know, a mechanic, I gotta offer them something to come. But I'm like, Kenzie's gonna just do my shit for free now. I'm like, I don't have to offer Kenzie pizza because she's learning how to be a mechanic. She's my kid. That's just what it is.
I gave birth to you,
exactly, right? I'm like, if you hook me up with a cheap, you know, then okay, yeah, I gotta offer, right? So Toot Toot's like the friend of the friend, right? I'm like, you gotta offer something to him to work for you. But Leah's like, come on, Leah, it's me, your only godson. I don't know.
Yeah. She has like 100
godsons. At least. She's like,
the whole council, tons of vampires, the average werewolf.
I was gonna say the whole like immortal thing, however long she's been around, plus the fact that she's gonna suck up every like favor and whatever, right? She's probably got like a billion fucking like, you want me? I will be your godparent for you.
She was probably like Rapunzel's stepmother, like.
Yeah, right.
You ate my cabbages, motherfucker.
It was onions. Weren't Rapunzel a type of onion?
I thought Rapunzels were a type of cabbage.
They're one of the two. They were a vegetable of some sort.
What?
Rampions are onions. Come on, magic.
Bellflower? I don't know what the fuck a bellflower. Parsnip, like root radish, like
And
vegetable.
which iteration of are we talking about?
Did you look up like the Rapunzel or the Rampion or?
I said, what is a Rapunzel vegetable? And it says, Campampulas Latin. Common name, Rampion, bellflower, Rampion, rover, bellflower, or Rapunzel, is a species of bellflower in the Latin family, Latin. The species was once widely grown in Europe for its leaves, which were used like spinach, and its parsnip-like root, which was used like a radish.
So spicy.
So it was sort of neither.
We were both wrong.
It wasn't a cabbage.
Spicy
It's
spinach.
not an onion. It's used
Spicy
as
spinach.
lettuce, and a carrot.
It's like arugula.
Closest. Yeah, that's
Arugula.
arugula. Campanula. By the way, your grandfather's like rolling over in his grave, but it was funny, so I'll go with it. So either I just completely, or some other, for Disney called it an onion or something. I don't know. I don't know where I got that from now, but yes.
Swiss chard. That's what I was trying to think of. I was like, it just sounds like Swiss chard.
Oh.
Or like spicy spinach. Swiss chard.
Swiss chard. Okay, gotcha.
So Harry figures she's not coming, but then a woman appears on the surface of the lake. And to Dresden's
The
surprise,
woman.
it isn't Leah.
I love, this is a great description too. Like, not only is it just cool visual, I love how it's like, haha, we're not gonna stop at we're gonna start at the feet, so you have to wait until like she's all here before you figure out who it is. You know what I mean? It's not even just like all of a sudden she appears, right? It's like kind of the slow reveal. But
Very slow.
we're gonna leave the important bit until the very end.
The description is really dragged out here.
Yeah, but it is cool. Again, one of these things that would be awesome in like animation or some kind of high budget film to see this.
Reveal.
Yeah, this being created out of the wave and foams and water, and yeah.
Yeah, Butcher really does have moments of writing for cinematography.
Well, I mean, it's such a thing too. Like in a lot of them, like I feel like Marvel. And
Probably
stuff
why
like that.
it lends him to the graphic novels so well.
Probably, yeah. But I was gonna say, like, I feel like we've had that in a lot of things where like some kind of like alien or superhero or something, a solid figure, and then it just suddenly like melts into a pool of water and like flows away or something, right? That I'm like, it's not as often. There are right where you get the other way where it's like all just the water flowing up into a thing, right? I'm like, that's
Defying
much
gravity,
harder.
yes.
Yeah, that's much harder to yeah. Yes, so a medieval style gown. Oh, but wait, instead of a redhead, I've got a blonde. Oh, shit.
And worse, there's more.
But wait.
So he says, Leo was already not a great option. She wants to make me a hound. I've mucked her on a lot of deals. We don't super get along.
But we kind of owe you, right?
I actively owe Mab deals.
Yeah, also.
Favors.
You know that everything on Harry puckered at that moment.
Well, and again, like you sort of forget sometimes just because, or because how often she pops up and in the ways and stuff, right? Like we usually see Leah as interacting with Harry. We don't see Leah as interacting with him, right? So I'm like, yeah, he does usually describe her as being like Mab's right hand or the next, and right, but you don't really think that she's just godmother, right? So that's like the other side of it too, is you're like, yeah, I mean, it's like, oh, I went
It's like a kid finding out their parents are a celebrity, and it's like, wait, why do these people know you? Like,
or even that,
you're
right?
powerful?
I mean, like, well, yeah, or even like, you're going to drop in on like the Vice president of a company or something like that or whatever. And you're like, that's okay though, because it's like my Uncle Daryl, right? So, but then, yeah, all of a sudden you're like, yeah, you know, you want to be like the
He
PR
has the
guy.
nuclear
You're like, no, this is the king of, yeah, exactly, right? You know, you mean, I'm like, I just want to talk to like a White House staffer, and also not like the president's like, I'm going to just take care of this for you, you know? And you're like, oh, shit. Yeah. So she comes very nice. And yeah, even Mousy, this is the kind of funny thing. Like, Mouse gets away with a lot more. Because if Harry was like, ooh, no, bad, Mab would have been like, excuse me. But meanwhile, Mouse can sit 10 feet away and be like, I don't like this, and give like your warning, girl, like, Harry, shit's going down, and she doesn't, you know? Mouse doesn't have to sit there and be polite and be like, hi, Mab. He's like,
So basically, Mab's not happy with any of the things that we just said, like Leah being super powerful, next in line, right-hand man. Mab would not use those same descriptors, as a matter of fact. Leah's getting a little bit too big for her britches, needs to calm the fuck down. Stop challenging my authority, acting like she's some hot
I think
stuff.
that is the point, though, yeah. She's like, you're my second in command. You are not in command or above me, right? Like, yeah, you are next. You are a step down from me.
Yeah, you want to be reminded that I have more power than you? I will remind you that I have more power than you.
Yeah, and this Athame that you talked about, this cool little, like, looks awesome sheath dagger on the side of my cool hip medieval gown. Yeah, all of a sudden, apparently, that was some major, it's not just like a cool knife. It's like some major badass.
Power.
And that tipped the balance of power between her and Mab. And Mab's like, you're getting, I can say, a little too big for your britches. So what the fuck is this thing about?
She's a little tied up right now.
Right. So this is, again, hilarious that Harry's like, I gotta go talk to my spirit godmother. You stay away from her all times. Do not mess with. And then she's like, yeah, Leah's indisposed right now. He's like, what did you do with her? Where is she? Get her back here right now. That's my god. You can't do that. That's my godmother. I can't, you know what I mean?
I don't even care, honestly. I just need advice from her. So for like 5 minutes, release her. You do whatever you want to her after that. I do, though, this is very cool of the fairy systems, and the way that it works, though, is that because Mab is the reason Leah cannot fulfill her godmother responsibilities, Mab must fulfill them in her place.
So this is, again, where society is, like, drop the ball on a lot of things, right? You had, like, these, I don't know, feudal lords and things, and I am probably right, but exactly, it's like what your people did, you were right? So now it's like we only ever use...
The power of a promise is very binding.
Well, that too, but like, and nowadays, now it's only like when something like bad reflects on you. You're like, don't do that, that'll make me look bad. But exactly, it's like, you have a responsibility to me to like, you know, pay me all your but I have no responsibility to you to, right? Whereas that's like, yeah, how it used to be exactly. It's like, I prevent you from keeping this commitment or this obligation. If I'm the one, then I have to fulfill it for you, right? Whereas, yeah, nowadays they're all like, fuck you, you know? It's like, you have to give me everything I want you to give me, but I don't owe you shit back in return, right? And it's like, wait, this used to be more like a two-way street, right?
I do really, really, really like, which at the end of the chapter she comes back to, but like the minute she says it, though, that she tells Harry that she will act as Leah's proxy, as proxy as Leah, and speak as though she were there. Like, that's very, very specific.
It is. Well, yeah, I mean, basically, her whole point is...
Like, if Leah knows it, I'll tell you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She don't,
you
though.
get what Leah... Yeah. Just because I might know what's happening doesn't mean you're...
You didn't call on Mab, you called on Leah, so pretend I'm Leah.
Yeah, so I'm
Weird situation. But then that makes me wonder, too, why is Mab not acting in the behalf of Leah? Being like, hey, bitch, you've backed up on a lot of deals. I'm going to turn you into a hound now because also working on behalf of Leah, so fuck you.
Again, maybe that's...
Leah, yeah.
You owe Leah. I'm going to collect on debts for her because she's currently...
Well, but that actually is a good point. He does not anymore because he owes Mab. That was the whole thing, is Leah sold the debt to Mab.
Oh,
so
yes,
he
yes.
actually does not owe Leah anything more. And Mab definitely knows she still got her dear, yes. So, yeah. So, now... If that were the other, I could make the argument that she's like, whatever, that's not what we're here about right now. Like, yeah, if Leah was going after you, I bet you called about something else. So I'm not going to worry about that right now.
Anything to enshrine your prey.
I'm not going to be mad at you that you know, it's like, not so much that you like dialed wrong. So I'm going to, you know, it's not your fault. It's okay, fine that I showed up, but I'm not going to give you anything more than right. It's like, she's had her calls forwarded here, and I'm just going to give you no more than that. Right, so he's kind of like, okay, I'm not totally in shit for suddenly bringing Mab here instead. It was not my intention to call you. I am so sorry. I don't know. It's okay. It's okay.
It's a beautiful oh shit moment, really.
Thanks.
Like,
what?
Oh, didn't see that one coming.
Right? And I would be right there too. I'd be like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And then be like, no. It's okay. It's okay. It's not your fault. You didn't do this. It's, yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I get why you're freaking. It's okay though. You're not the, yeah.
This was on me this time.
Yeah. You're not going to get swatted down just for existing. Okay.
I would also be afraid to bring up the Erlking, though, because you just read in a book the Erlking is maybe on par, and now you're going to talk to her about potentially an enemy? Like, Leah's just said, oh, here's someone with a lot of power. It was getting too big for the breaches, so I locked them down because they're one of mine. Yeah, let's talk about another one out there in the universe. Sure, Harry, talk to me about it.
But again, he does say he's coming for, right? He doesn't say, how do I summon him? And, hey, I want to get the Erlking to overthrow you, Map. How do I do? You know what I mean? Like,
he's a little bit smart.
He's a little bit smart, but again, he doesn't even know that that's what he needs or wants it to do, right? Like,
Still,
the
I
whole
think-
point is like, I don't know anything about this. I just need to know. And she's like,
When
I can tell
you're-
you about the Erlking.
At a job for the first time and you want to learn something, a lot of the time you don't go to the boss. You find a coworker and you're like, where am I supposed to?
Okay, but this is the point. He tried to go to the coworker.
I know. I would just not bring it up then. If my boss was the only person that asked the question, I'd be like, I don't need to know anymore.
Be like,
you know what?
I
Hi, I miss Leah. Whatever.
forget
Tell her
what
I
I was
called.
going to ask.
Bye.
Yeah, I was so surprised.
I get Harry
to
has
see
things
you.
to do. He has to learn it now, but I'd be a little bit like, surely, Mad, you could ask someone else to come and answer my questions.
Anybody else that can fill in that's not quite as intimidating?
But a little bit like Marcone, Mab has sort of learned this. Like, this is how we talk to Harry Dresden. This is fun. Like, he is an idiot. Like, little baby. Sure, I will amuse myself with you and your idiotics. You're more fun than the other. Yeah. You're more fun than the other stupid little wizards that are just boring. Sure. What do you want?
Right. Well, that's just it. It's like,
Leah knows some little of him, yeah.
well, that's kind of a good point, right? Because you're like, right, all the other wizards are just basically going to be like, we're just going to steer clear unless we have reason. Like, I mean, you know, like, the
Gate for passage.
well, yeah, the gatekeeper and stuff like that, right? It's like, yeah, he wanders around through fairy and the ways, and right? But it's like, you know, he's got a whole thing going on there, right? Like, he studied this, he's not, right? The rest of them are just like, yeah, we're just not gonna, right? Where Harry's like, I know better, but yet I can't, right? Mab kind of knows that. She's like, you know, I'm going to get you somehow. You know, I know that you know, but you're still going to have to because you still have to take that chance and see how
And
it's,
this
you
is a
know.
fun
And
game.
that, right, that's what makes it all the better for her because she's like, I am still going to trick you
This is her cup of tea.
even though you know I'm going to trick you and you know there's a trick in there somewhere, but you have to fucking take it anyways because you...
Well, lucky for us, Mab Leah does know a fair amount and is willing to tell us. And because, you know, I find Leah also could have just been like, no, I'm not telling you shit. What do you want? Mab is like, all right, I'll tell you what she
I was
knows.
going to say, that is the other thing, right? Leah might just have been like, I don't care. Mab is like, I'm perfectly, yeah, whether she tell you or not, if I know that she knows that you can, right? So he's potentially better off.
Might be
Right? Because Leah could have just been like, fuck you, I don't have to tell you, whereas Mab's like, all right, I am, yeah.
But the one thing that Mab was not expecting was Kemmler come out of Harry's mouth next. Like, so much so that the environment is affected around them. Like, everything just stops. Oh.
Mic drop.
Now, the fairies were just nearly at war just a handful of years ago. And now they can probably look back. I mean, for Mab, probably not a lot. Time has passed for her since the Kemmler thing. For her, that was like yesterday. So for her, very much like, okay, remember that war we almost had that was bad? There was another one right before that, also very, very bad.
Yeah. So yeah, again, it gives you a whole other scope and perspective when Mab is like, oh, this guy's not good. I don't like his guys. Even I can fuck around and do whatever I want with humanity, but I don't like what this guy was doing, you know, right? So now this is the thing. He finds out that there was, yes, we knew about the other 3 books that Bob told him about, the mind, the body, the soul. Now we find out there is yet another one, which is a pretty big clue. That is actually pretty big information. That, oh, maybe this is what everybody's going out of their heads looking for. Because what was in this book was not just like recreating or reanimating like dead bodies and getting some zombies. She can control like everything dead. Like you can take in spirit. So it's okay. The body is gone. We can also suck back like your soul and do shit with it.
You know, in some ways, Harry should have taken advantage of the fact that she starts asking him questions, and he just gives her the information freely. Like, you should have bartered that shit, man.
Right? Harry, it's not a fairy.
But it also is just to show well, if Mab doesn't know what's going on, who else in the world does? Like, how under wraps has this been kept? Like, they clearly had had Maeve not just been aware of it, this whole thing could have just swept, like, fucking all of them out from underneath the table.
And not only that, it also, like, puts on...
Maeve, that's not correct.
No.
Nope. Mavra.
Thank you. Yeah,
Mavra.
okay, that makes sense. Maeve, Mavra, yeah. Yes, right, then yeah, Harry wouldn't have...
Why would you do that, Butcher?
You had to be just that, yeah, right? Mr. Mouse, Mavra, Maeve, ugh. It would
Maggie.
Molly.
But it does this, like, by Mab showing this sort of pause and, like, an interest, it does sort of show the level of power of what could happen is big time if she's going, what?
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. That's exactly puts this whole other perspective on it that, oh shit, man, you know, she's not like, oh, you funny little mortals, okay.
Tiny little squabbles go to war.
Right.
He's afraid. And yes, how many spirits are just on the earth, right? That's essentially everyone who's ever died ever. You're gonna overtake the human race immediately.
Well, exactly, right? Yeah, there's a lot more people before us that have died than currently exist.
So all that to say that Mab is worried about this, but when Harry asks a few more probing questions, she's like, your grandmother doesn't know. And it's like, damn it, Mab, we were having such a thing.
Right? He's like, but you do. And she's like, yep.
And now I am a fairy, and now what kind of deal do you want for this information?
Oh, now, yeah, exactly. When, like you say, Harry's like, fucking fuckbuckers.
I got something you want.
You could have.
And then we find out it's not just Leah who's currently tied up at the moment. Mab's former knight, way back in Summer Night, this dumbass evil bitch, name forgotten. Lloyd Slade. He's still alive and just being tortured every day until Mab gets another knight.
My God.
That's been a while. That's a lot of torture.
Yeah. From her? Probably the worst torture possible.
Right? Absolutely it would be.
I mean, Summer Night was June 2002. And we're at Halloween 2005.
Well, he says here, she's been keeping him alive and torturing him for more than 3 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, so he's just like, she's like, I want you to be my knight. And he's like, that gig's got to be taken. Like, no way that position is still open. And she's like, well, so that right there, he's like, what? And then, yeah, when he takes in what the enormity of that means, I was horrified when I was like, because, right, like already, like leaving that battlefield, right? He's like, don't let them take me, Dresden. He's like, just kill me now, right? And at that point, Dresden was pissed off enough, tired enough, had enough that he couldn't, right? He was like, but now to find out that they didn't just take him and like torture him a bit and then kill him, still fucking over 3 years or whatever the fuck Mab can do to you. Yeah. Oh, that man's
mind is Swiss cheese.
That is beyond like Geneva Convention, like
just scary.
That's
right? And he was evil.
Level. That's fallen level.
He's evil, and we don't like him, and it's still like,
and it still does not. Yeah, right. It still is like, I am uncomfortable knowing that.
And it's like
still
the only way to save him, Harry, is for you to take the job position. And it's like, wow, she's willingly giving up having a knight just so she can try and coerce Harry into this.
Just I got time to wait. Yeah, I will.
Whatever.
Yeah, I will tie this hand behind my back for a while longer. And like he says, I mean, same thing, right? He's like, he was an abusive, psychotic, drug-addicted, murdering rapist. And I'm like, yeah, I still am having some sympathy for Lloyd right now.
It's a little disproportionate.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, she's like, he might consider it an act of mercy. So he can get all the information he needs. She's like, that would even be a little extra power boost for you. Not only would you know what you need to do and how to do it, you would be,
you might actually be able to deal with those necromancers on your own.
Just right. You don't have to be freaking out. You can just take care of this yourself. And and all you got to do. But this is the thing, right? He's like, as Slade is showing us right now, he's like, it's a permanent position. You don't get to retire, like Eddie Mendoza, it's like, you're not, you know for sure you're not getting out of this one, right? And so even though part of him is like cringing and like, holy fuck, but he's like, I'm not willing to put my head in that noose for that yet. Like, right? You should have taken your opportunity then if he just like zapped Lloyd right then and there. But since he didn't, he's like,
I wonder how that would have worked. Like, if he had killed Lloyd, like...
I'm pretty sure somebody else would have sucked. If Harry was the only person around, yes. But it goes into the next appropriate, closest vessel kind of a thing. Right. Yeah, so that was how when they killed the Summer Night, Lily was the one, right? So, what's her face? Aurora couldn't take it because she already had her own power.
Right.
Right. So then it went into, right, and same thing. Lloyd had his. So yeah. So yeah, would not necessarily have gone to him. Maeve/Mab might have been a little, I don't know if he could have gotten away with it under the circumstances of just being like, hey, another casualty, or if they would have been kind of pissed at Harry for killing their knight. But yeah, I don't know, because I don't know if she would have been able to hang on to it, if that would have forced her to replace him sooner, because it has to be in someone, or whether
she's able to hold
Mab could have just, hung on to that for a while and still just not put it into anybody. But I don't remember. I'd have to go back. But either way, yeah, he didn't. So now the only way to get Lloyd out of it is, right now in this situation, him taking it on. And he's still not ready to do that.
Oof.
And she's like, that's okay, I can wait.
I'm patient. It's fine.
It's wee itty bitty bit of time. 3 years? What? Not right. Yeah. Oh, Jesus, nah. Just when you think, right? Harry's like, nah, I turned that down. We're good. That's ancient history. Nope. She's like, yeah, because she's like, oh, I'll forgive your debts. I'll give you yeah. Okay, well, just so now after all this, she's like, okay, so just so you don't forget, you still owe me. Great.
She's quite funny about it, though. Like, she does point out, like, oh, there's some stuff going off. There's some power at work off to the southwest there. But you know what? Just because of my interest, I'm going to give you a freebie. Just because I really actually want to keep you alive.
Right.
So you can do what you want.
You and Marcone. This is, all of a sudden I don't like that these people are,
Shit.
Right? How bad is it that, you are like, oh no, let me help you. Well,
nothing free.
Yes and no, but also the, like you say, when your worst enemies or adversaries or whatever are like, oh no, let me help you because that is now in my best interest. What? Fuck no! I do not want to be doing anything that aids and assists you. Yeah, so she's like, you gotta move fast. He's gonna get all this power. This power is wicked bad.
Yeah, we're talking God level.
Oh yeah.
Bad. Nobody's ever had this kind of power.
Yeah, and Kemmler tried, but they managed to put a cork on it before so you already know, right? He already found out it took the entire fucking senior council wardens to take down this one guy. He was already
trying to do it on himself.
And they almost didn't. That was before, right? So yeah, if these guys do manage to succeed where Kemmler failed,
good luck, sir. Good luck.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, don't die.
Yeah.
Just
stay
alive.
Thanks.
So you've got, like he says, as Jessica said, basically this unlimited source of power, because there's a lot of ghosts out there, and they're like, you can just keep just feeding that into you and just keep sucking it all up for yourself.
And because of this, Harry finally realizes that Mavra will turn into some kind of dark goddess.
Wait.
And that will be really fucking bad.
Because we have sort of we keep thinking of her in Murphy's scent, and we know that Harry can't tell anybody, but at the same time, we've kind of discounted because she hasn't been in this, right? He's like Gravane and Cowell and Corpse Taker, right? He's like, I gotta stop all of them from doing it because they're the ones we actively see running around.
She's just a girl, so.
So it's Corpse Taker. But Corey.
Is Corpse Taker a girl?
Corey, I think
know. Corpse Taker's just currently in a girl's body.
Yes, well, but, right.
Or are they them? Depends on the body we're in this week.
But but right, but that's the thing is that, oh yeah, right, that's also why, Malfoy's just like, I don't need to be running around because I got you to do it for me kind of a thing, right? But yeah, she is a player, this is why, it's not like a separate thing, it's not like, I need to do this thing for Mab because I got to take care of Murphy and I got to go stop, right? It's like, oh yeah, that's right, that's how I found out about these guys because this other psychotic, already really powerful badass wants it.
Well, and doesn't Thomas say something about Murphy wouldn't really want you to sacrifice this for her?
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure
she wouldn't want you to make that choice
looking at it from this perspective now, or Murphy's career, or Dark Goddess.
Now it's not so much the career anymore, right?
Yeah.
That's not what's yeah. Oh, that was kind of what got me going because I wanted to protect you now.
This isn't just a book.
Yeah, there will be nothing of Murphy to protect if yeah, exactly, right? And you gotta wonder, at these levels, once you reach, because again, in these types of situations, we have levels of godhood, obviously, right? I mean, Michael's Christian Jesus, is different from Mab and the Erlking and Greek, Zeus and Thor and all, you know what I mean, right? Everybody's got, right? Yeah, and they had, their levels, right? Zeus was up here, and then, some of the demigods, and you're this, right? So, what does this say at this point kind of a thing, right? So you're like, okay, Gravane is just, as far as we know, plain Jane, vanilla, mortal wizard guy. same as like Cowl and Komori and stuff like that. Mavra's already like this vampire, so she already got the extra power from being the undead kind of a thing. Then she stepped it up because she has some of these wizardy sorcerer skills and stuff like that. So, you know, like, is Mavra, if she gets this, going to be more powerful than Gravane if she gets this? Or is this point the same? It's like, well, it still just bakes you to the next level, which is that level regardless. Like, I don't know, would Mavra be any better or worse than any of the others? Or are they all going to be kind of exactly the same once they take that type of power? So yeah, he's like, not going to be your knight. She's like, all right, I got time.
I think we've already
You guys like, yeah. Oh yeah, but just the make no mistake, I will collect and one day you will kneel at my feet. And then she just goes bye-bye again.
Yes, it's such a dramatic exit, too. Leave it to the Fae.
Yeah.
Those fairies.
Oh, those gosh darn fairies. Mouse don't like. So, okay, we're gonna go home. We got a little more to think about. Recoup. Does it count here? Because his legs do buckle afterwards, but she's already left. So this, if you just waited like 2 more seconds, Mab, he would have been kneeling at your feet already. Just saying.
So once at his apartment, Mouse gives him a warning snarl. And Dresden sees an army of the undead coming towards him. In step 2, a drum played on a big bass stereo.
Right.
This is the typical, you're exhausted coming home, it's only going to get worse. As soon as you start feeling tired, Harry, it's going to happen.
Just about step up. Yeah. Low rumbling thunder.
And
behind the first group came another. And behind them, another. Waves and waves. So, yay, Mouse. Thank you once again for your extra early alert warning system.
What would we do without you? I just that's another thing. Leela, this companion of the Doctor and the new one, she can fight everyone. She wants to kill everyone all the time. And it's like, and suddenly everyone they're running to is instantly about to kill them. And I'm like, you're so lucky no one tried to kill you and all your companions were pansies.
Right. Right.
Now you suddenly have a companion who's a trained killer.
Now I can go to all these places I've been avoiding because they were too taken.
And I was like, oh.
Oh, you know what? Now we can go visit the back alleys of Chicago.
Literally, like.
I've been avoiding the
Mouse.
Yeah, right.
Thank God, dude. I haven't left my house in 4 years.
Right. Right. So I love this. Again, you get this, like, real-life moment of all of a sudden, he's outside. He's got all these big, fancy locks and wards, but now he's on the outside, and he's got to get through them all, and he's...
Thomas!
Thomas! Right? And I'm like, again, right, this panic, you know, yeah, how many times you trying to rush around, and you're trying to, how many times you drop your...
You drop the keys, you can't get them in, you got the wrong key.
Yeah, right, yeah. So I love this, like, again, very human, just... ordinary, everyday kind of, but with this added element. These are fucking zombies coming for you, you know? Not even just like the local hoodlum that's gonna
And we said it again, but the entrance to his apartment fucking sucks. Like, that just tunnel down the stairs right to the front door is horrendous.
Isn't that a lot like the one you have again now?
Yes, and I'm afraid for wintertime. I think it's all gonna fill up with snow and I won't be able to leave.
Oh. Well, there's that, but it's the same as you had at Walden, and you never really did actually get snowed in there.
Yeah, but it was like 6 stairs at Walden. Now it's like...
No, it was a full set of stairs down there, too. But they will get icy and you will break your neck. So keep that in mind. A lot of salt or something,
I'll just
or you'll
quit
actually
my job
have
when
to...
it snows or something.
Yeah, that'll work for you. Because this is Canada. So the girl that needs a minimum of 2 jobs, if not 3 at any given time, paying, full-time paying, kind of, you know... Now you're just going to go like 9 months without any job. I don't see that working out very well for you.
Global warming, we're not doing 9 months of snow anymore, okay?
Really?
It's like just 3 really bad ones.
No, really bad. But there is still, it's still there the rest of the time. It's just not the really bad ones. But ice on stairs is ice on stairs, whether it's minus 30 or minus 10.
I will eat it.
Yes, you will.
And get a brain freeze.
For me.
Yeah, Jessica now lives at the bottom of a concrete well.
Basically.
So she's fucked if the zombies ever come for her.
Yep.
Or even just an angry cat. She's like, she is like, I can't get up those stairs. Yeah. So yes, he is.
Thomas, open the door. This concludes our episode 13.17, tied up at the moment. Thank you for listening. You can find us online at freeflowrambling.com and McAnallys.ca. There we have links to our other podcasts, social media, and other fun tidbits. Please subscribe if you like what you're hearing, and please consider supporting us through Patreon to keep the magic alive and to see more content. We are Free Flow Rambling. Pound your butt at your own risk.